The referee's whistle sounded. Free kick for Man City. But there's something wrong here. Because the King in Black suddenly drew his second yellow card. Leandro Trossard's disqualification. With reason, this player reacted by deliberately kicking the ball away. When the referee cuts the whistle, under the heavy rain in Manchester, the German players and their teammates hugged their heads in bewilderment. I don't know what happened. They rounded up Mikel Arteta. Reclaim justice for your team. Off-road pitch. Coach Mikel Arteta must stand violently with weight. He kept pushing out his hands to protect his students. But the final decision was made. The slow-motion video shows Mr. Oliver's whistle-cutting time gap, compared to Joshua's cock, is too short. It is very difficult for the player to handle the situation. So, decided to polish the Black Shirt King's right to compete is too sensitive. Declan Rice against Brighton. Now it's Joshua's turn. Red sheets, the way heaven and earth. They once again ruin Arsenal's game. And then with 10 people on the field last night, they lost their victory over Man City. After the battle, Mikel Arteta cannot hide the frustration and alluded to the fact that Mikel Arteta, the Man City, he played an impressive first half against the enemy in the holy city of Etihad. They were led first, but then quickly come back and move on, with goals from Calafiori and Gabriel Magalhaes. The fantasy coach Mikel Arteta and his students can end the first round with a sweet advantage. It's in the extra minutes before the break. Tragedy has happened. For minutes 5-7, Leandro Trossard, the person who had received the yellow card, had already made a mistake. VA touches Man City's Bernardo Silva. Afraid of the referee's whistle, Trossard kicked the ball away. An action is considered a delay, starting the match again. The yellow card that Mikel Arteta holds in his hand. That's the yellow card. That's an early shower ticket for Joshua. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, Sir Mikel Arteta's decision made the Arsenal player, and the whole press was very strongly against it. This is probably the heaviest decision for Leandro Trossard. They may be right about reason, but they are too strict about love. According to the latest picture, when Trossard is rocking the ball, Mikel Arteta is still on the whistle, in the mouth to blow punishment, clear with Da swinging Joshua's legs. This player is hard to stop. When you hear the referee, cut it right then. In such a helpless case, the judge can fully consider for your decision to sanction. Trossard's red card was a big turning point. It makes Arsenal have to play the whole second half without a man, even though he defended bravely. But the Arsenal players couldn't keep winning. John Stones scored the winning goal with 2 points for Man City in the final minutes of the match, and make Arsenal miss the chance to win the top spot. This is the second time this season that a player, Arsenal, received a second yellow card. It was a mistake to get the ball into play. Declan Rice was sent off against Brighton. It also caused the Gunner to lose points. The controversial decision for Chelsea, that made Mikel Arteta and her fans. Arsenal are extremely excited by Jeremy Doku of Man City. Same situation, but no penalty card. Arteta share. There are two almost identical situations, but they're treated differently. This leads to a match that no one wants to see. When asked if he was referring to Doku's situation, the Arsenal coach clearly responded, "I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm just saying what happened on the field. I think that's pretty obvious. I don't need to explain." When watching the tape again, Coach Mikel Arteta, given that period of time between Oliver's whistle and Josefa's kick was too short, the Spanish coach emphasized the German player can't react to the whistle-cutting phase of gravity by Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta's frustration is understandable. Refereeing issues in the Premier League, it's still a problem to solve. There's too many confusing decisions. It's even a blatant mistake. Arsenal's personal trainer, the Spaniard, it's been difficult a few times on the controversial whistles, so Joshua's case is not unique. Referee Mikel Arteta is also controversial. When Arsenal and Man City met in the first leg of last season, in that match, the King in Black did not expel Mateo Kova, even though this player has some very violent shots on the ball. But in addition to the protection of Mikel Arteta, there are still voices criticizing Joshua because there is too sudden an action. Jamie Carragher shares what Joshua did. She knows this is a very important match. Understand the competition between the two teams in terms of scores. This act is ridiculous. Roy Keane agreed with his colleague. Jose has the right to say it's a heavy decision if he wants to, but it's clearly a legal yellow card. He needs to understand that he received a yellow card earlier. You need to avoid any action that would allow you to receive it. Yellow card letter. It's a classic Super Saiyan fight and a drama that's equally newsworthy. Arsenal and Man City. After all, the fans. From one level of emotion to another. Jora's red card once again reflects the endless arguments around the whistle of Premier League referees. By Michael Oliver, right or wrong depends on your opinion. But one thing is for sure, for a long time, Kings in black outside the English class lost their prestige for the grave.